Hey, welcome to Foekoe Gaming Channel. Nobody cares about Poopy, Stinky Playtime. Chapter 5 recently released. As you can see, I bought it, I played it, and I am here to say that I did not like it. I did not like it in the slightest. I think it was bordering on being pretty bad and forgettable. And I just kind of want to ramble a bit about it because I've made multiple videos about Poppy Playtime, multiple reviews. There was once where there was like a fake Poppy Playtime ad being advertised on YouTube that was using my video and my voice. And I remember it got like 2 million views or something on this Foekoe Gaming channel. I think I played chapter 3. Like I streamed it and then I edited it down for a video. I think the first 2 chapters of Poppy Playtime are pretty like solid. They are alright. They're very quaint, simple little horror games that go with this. Like, I don't know, it's very chase heavy, little puzzles sprinkled throughout. There's some interesting lore. This is not a bad like universe to explore. I actually quite like it. I think it's interesting. But I think especially in chapter 4 and chapter 5, they just go completely off the rail and nothing is making sense anymore. Chapter 5 especially, the latest one. Again, I think it's pretty bad. It is so messy, over the top, and big for no reason, to the point that I'm just lost. I'm really lost to what I'm looking at. And everything that happens in this stupid chapter is just like I'm sitting in my chair and the only thing I can think of is just why? Why are we going in this direction? So what I want to do for this little ramble review, like I've always done, is I just want to go over some of my thoughts of the entire Poppy Playtime franchise, but especially chapter 5, because I got a lot of things to say, some of it positive, most of it not so much, but I just want to yap a bit about it. So the first thing I want to properly address about this game is the gameplay. I just do not think it's good. It is pretty boring, pretty bad, and just not well thought out in the slightest. It is so messy, so confusing, you never know where to go. Every single time I watch a let's play of this game, people just keep dying to the dumbest shit imaginable. Like right here, we have Jacksepticeye, right? I did the exact same thing when I was playing it. Like he's like running from this purple-haired character. I don't know if you saw it, but like, she stands here, I'm thinking like, oh, I can just run past him like that. This is what I thought also, and you just die. It is so confusing where to go, what to do, what the goal is. It is a messy, unclear game. That is just one example though. This is literally the entire game. Trial and error. You figure something out while being chased, or a puzzle, you're like looking around, trying to find the right solution, and you just lost every single time. It is so frustrating and annoying, not fun to play. This is the entire game, and chapter 5 is especially atrocious when it comes to this. I swear, the first hour of this game is shitty puzzles. Just really, really annoying. Like, the puzzles aren't atrociously designed, but they're just not fun. It's so much filler and nothing is happening. No story, progression or anything. Just doing little puzzles to open a door, and you're always like pulling at doors like little handles, and then they don't open, and you're running around the area not knowing where to go. You get like a little like night light, a little black lights, and you're like scanning every wall. It's not fun. It is a frustrating, bloated, like stretched out mess that is just sluggish. It is really sluggish, and they introduce all these stupid characters, like these toys. Every chapter has like their own little main character. Chapter 1 has Huggy, chapter 2 has Mommy Longlegs, Catnap, Doughy. Chapter 5 has like, the main thing is like building up to, but it's like only in the game for like the last hour. I like the idea of this. It's like a creature of the week type of thing. A lot of games do this, even Resident Evil does this. But they introduce a character. They're in the game for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then they're gone. In chapter 5, there's this purple-haired character, it's like a doll character. I really like her design. Her animation also is fantastic. I think if there's one positive when it comes to Poppy Playtime, I think the animation and just general art style and direction, it's good, it's solid. But the character, that purple-haired character, is in the game for like an hour. She makes you like collect some things, open some drawers, like she makes you collect little dolls for a tea party, and then she gets mad because you try to free Kissy and Poppy, and then she dies. And that's it. Like, you never see her again. Like, it's so random. She adds no stakes to the entire experience. At least, like, Mommy Longlegs, at least she showed up and her arm or like her body got taken, and it actually has some consequences. Like, later on you see her in chapter 5, like on the big monstrosity. Like, I forgot the name of the skeleton guy, but you can see Mommy Longlegs' arm on that machine. So at least there was some reason why she was chasing you in chapter 2. In chapter 5, that purple-haired character that does nothing. She is just there and she dies and that's it. Why? Why? It's just filler. And I think I should add that I've played every single Poppy Playtime chapter in total for 32 hours. Like, I'm pretty, like, deep into the weeds when it comes to this franchise. I try to understand it, I try to enjoy it, but I am this far in, and I still don't know what is going on, what I'm doing. It is a confusing mess. Why am I in this facility? Like, I'm here to, like, save my kid or something, but then Poppy, like, forces me to go down to take down, like, the robot thing, and they call me, like, the toy butcher. What am I doing? I'm just being stringed along for some, like, stupid narrative that is just so messy and confusing, and I don't know what's going on. There's, like, little notes you can read that give you some context to what is going on, but why not show, like, some sort of, like, interesting lore in the actual gameplay, in the cutscenes? All of it is just, I think the best way how I would describe it is just hype moments and aura. Like, a cool design, a cool toy appears, he's all like, ooh, I'm spooky and scary, but I'm also kind of cool looking and awesome, and these are the things I like, and this is what scarred me for life. And then you interact with you a bit, and then they die. That's how it goes every single time, and I'm just sick of it. We're 5 chapters in. I don't know what's going on. Why are we here? One big thing about the gameplay I'm also, like, a little confused about is, like, the way you interact with stuff. Like, in chapter 1, this has been building up since the start, but you get this, like, little hands pack that you can use to, like, press buttons and scanners and grab items, and throughout the chapters you get a bunch of new different types of hands. Like, I know there's, like, a little flare gun hand, and there's, like, a green one, I think in chapter 3. I completely forgot what it does. I've played all the chapters 3 times, and I forget what is going on because it's just not rememberable. But, like, in chapter 5 you get these magnetic bracelets that are pretty fun on paper, but I feel like they don't work 25% of the time. There are so many times where, like, I see a magnetic surface, I try to, like, slap it so I can pull myself towards it, and it just doesn't work. And then they introduce it in the chase sequences where you have, like, a time limit, and it doesn't work, and then you die over and over again. It's frustrating. It's really annoying, and the game is filled with things like this. And just the puzzles, man. I know I already talked about this, but the puzzles, they are so confusing. And I end up so many times, I just end up running around looking for what I have to do. And then, like, 10 minutes in, I don't know where to go. I look up what I'm supposed to do, and it's something, like, really stupid, like opening a cabinet. Like, so far throughout the entire... I'm pretty sure, at least, throughout the entire series, every single chapter, you haven't had to open a single cabinet. Not even in chapter 5. And suddenly you have to, like, randomly open it to find a code. You need to build up these mechanics, man. You can't just show them up like, oh yeah, this is something that is in the game now. Build it up. Otherwise, it's really frustrating and annoying. And that's what chapter 5 is. It's just annoying, frustrating, and it's just rage-inducing. I do not like it in the slightest. And also, the reason why I really liked chapter 1 and 2 were for 2 main things. One was because it never took control away from you. Even when there was, like, a scripted event, you were still able to, like, look around, kind of like Half-Life, where you could still, like, look in the other direction. It felt like you were always in control. Ever since chapter 3, they took that away, and now there's always, like, these pre-made cutscenes that I think pull a bit of the magic away from it. And then the second thing, they are trying to make it feel so grand and important. Like, this is a massive problem that the whole, like, the world depends on it. But I liked Poppy Playtime. I liked the first few chapters because it was quaint. It was simple. Like, we're like 5 layers down. There are massive caves. 5 layers down. And we're in a goddamn daycare. It makes no sense. It's really goofy and silly. Keep it quaint, man. That was the fun part about Poppy Playtime. Why do we have to have these big taverns and these big action set pieces. It doesn't fit. And I guess also just the way the final chapter ends, chapter 5, how it ends. I think like one of the characters from chapter 4 or chapter 3, I forgot, like the doctor character like returns and he's like, ooh, look, you came back to me after all you've done. And then it ends. Finish the game! End it! We're so far in. You're stretching it out. It's so bloated and nothing is happening. It really feels like they're trying to keep going and going because it's really popular. I understand. Poppy Playtime is a massive success, but you need to build up to something. Even if it's just a small thing, but every chapter so far has basically gone like this. They introduce a monster, that monster interacts with you a bit, then you defeat the monster, and then it ends with what will happen next. And then the next chapter is, there is a monster, you interact with the monster, and then you defeat it, and the end is, what will happen next? What am I building towards? What is the end goal? What are we doing? The story is confusing. I need to watch 10 game theory videos to understand what's going on, but I don't want to do that anymore because MadPad doesn't even host those anymore, and that was like the whole charm of it. As you can see, I'm like very frustrated with this series. When I was playing it, I was just like, I was not having a fun time. I always try to go in every game with like a positive attitude, but I think this one really just like sucked the soul out of me. As you can see though, they are introducing achievements. I think on console they always had achievements. Some of these achievements are kind of like a disaster though. Like you have this one, complete the game without dying. Complete chapter 3 without dying. That sounds atrocious. That sounds really, really difficult. So whenever they're gonna introduce achievements, because I like collecting achievements, I would like to maybe like stream all the chapters in a row again, and then properly rank them from best to worst, like give them a little ranking on backlogged. I think that could be fun for a stream, and then later on like a little review. So I guess for now, I'm not gonna rank chapter 5 yet. I'll replay it. Sit on my thoughts a bit more, but I think it's not gonna be high. I think so far it's definitely the weakest one. I still think chapter 2 is the best one. I like chapter 1, again, because it was simple, it was quaint. That was special about it. I really liked it. The animation has gotten better. The ideas on display have gotten more interesting, I guess, but it's also confusing, and there's so much filler and parts where nothing is happening. It's a mess. It really is a mess. And then you see so many other horror games also take inspiration from Poppy Playtime. Like FNAF has been going in the route of Poppy Playtime with, what was it called? Secret of the Mimic. I liked that game somewhat when I first played it, but looking back on it, I wish that game was like Five Nights at Freddy's and not Poppy Playtime Light. You also have like that one with like the raccoon. I completely forgot the name of, and Guards North Banban. At least Guards North Banban is funny to laugh at, ironically. I haven't played like the last 2 or 3 chapters because I can't be bothered, but at least it was funny in some way. I have no attachments to this game, man. I am like so burnt out of it. I'm sick of it. I wish it would properly end, but from what it looks like, they want to keep stringing it along. Please end it. Please wrap it up. It has gone on for far too long. Probably won't though. This series is like making millions upon millions of dollars, but I wish there was just some like artistic intent to it. Like they would say like, yeah, it has run its course, we'll end it, and then we'll start on a new project. Maybe like a proper sequel, maybe a prequel, maybe something completely new. That would be cool instead of milking it dry. And then also, so far, like every chapter combined, I think the total price is about $70. $70 is not worth it to play Poppy Playtime. You can buy this gem of a game for that, and this game is like 10 times better. Seriously, this is a banger. Poppy Playtime doesn't even compete with it. It doesn't even come close. $70 for this, and they want to introduce more chapters? I'm sorry, but no. Maybe if it's on a sale, like 50% off, maybe even more, 75% off, I could say, yeah, it's worth it if you're really, really interested. But I think the gameplay of it is just not it. It is just not that fun, not that interesting. It has some fun set pieces, it has some fun art and design, but you need more than that, man. You need some stakes. You need a fun story. The world is fun, but the story is just, nothing is happening. I'm lost. The gameplay is boring, confusing, messy. I don't know, man. If you like Poppy Playtime, please don't let me ruin it for you. Like, there is way worse out there, okay? It is not atrocious, like genuinely awful, but I just can't help but see all the missed opportunities, the missed potential. But that's my overall take on Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Was not a big fan of it, so I guess I'll jump in a big vat of acid and slowly just disintegrate. Okay? Sounds good? Alright, bye everyone, bye bye, take care!